Lights up!
To our latest episode of Lights Up, the podcast for Putney Theatre Company. I'm delighted to say that I am joined today by a doyen of Putney Theatre Company, the Mr. Ian Higham. Now, I have found out today that Ian has been a member of PTC for 35 years. Some of you weren't even born when Ian joined, but it's just so it shows either incredible perseverance or naivety, I don't know which.
Common sense.
Now, Ian, for many of you who already know, is one of our phenomenal directors at PTC. Has directed such classics as Climborne Park, Great Expectations, Jumper for Goalposts. If I don't name them all, he's going to get really cross, but I promise I won't. But I would say, the last production he directed was the magnificent Amadeus, which really was an extraordinary, brilliant production. Well, welcome, Ian.
Hello.
Now, Ian is also...
After all that.
I know, I do feel a little bit like Laura Laverne on Desert Island Discs introducing you. So, Ian, you are the festival director for our beautifully coined phrase, Box Set Summer Festival, taking place in the theatre from the 27th of July to the 3rd of August. Now, Ian, why and how have you come up with the concept of box set, and what on earth possessed you?
A fit of madness, basically. As part of my job, work for a theatre publisher, I regularly go to the Edinburgh Festival every year and cram in about 40 plays in about 3 days.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. You kind of plan it and sometimes you miss one, but
it's
generally...
a military operation.
It is a military operation, a bit like organising this to an extent. I kind of just felt that it would be nice to do something similar here. One of my favourite venues up in Edinburgh is the Pleasance Theatre, which is full of plays, comedy, music, food, and I kind of thought, well, we have a great venue here. We could do something similar. On a slightly smaller scale, of course.
I was going to say, we're not doing 30 plays in 3 days.
We're not. We are going to be doing 10 plays over 8 days, though, so there will be 30 performances for people to choose which they want to come along to see. But I just thought it'd be really nice over the summer to kind of turn Putney Arts Theatre into a little Edinburgh Festival venue.
A mini fringe.
A mini fringe, yeah.
And so talk to me about the plays that you've chosen, because knowing you, I can only but imagine that they are a series that are all connected in some way.
Most of them, you're right, they're Fringe First Award winners or Vault Festival won awards there. Some of them I've seen, Actually, have I seen all of them? Quite possibly, I have seen all of them.
Not at Edinburgh, though.
Quite a few in Edinburgh, yeah. I haven't really counted, but I think there's only one I haven't seen, actually. So that will be a newbie to me, which is quite interesting.
Can I ask which one?
It's called How We Begin.
Now, that's the one that the delightful Laetitia Delay is directing.
Yes, and very passionate she is, too, about it as well, which is great. It was one of the kind of late choices. I've been looking around for a little while. I really wanted Laetitia to direct, and I was looking around and this play popped up. I had a read and thought, yes, this is perfect. I think she'd really like it, and she did. She loved it.
Now, all the plays are quite short, aren't they? We're not talking 2.5 hours per play.
No, that's the only way it can work. They're all between an hour 20. There might be one or two which are an hour and a half, but we have to kind of fit them all in.
Because there's going to be multiple performances in the evening and also during the day. So talk to me about how that works. The timetable.
Well, with 10 plays, we're giving them 3 performances each. So we are starting on Saturday the 27th of July with 7 performances.
Starting what time?
10 o'clock in the morning with a big family show.
Bring your picnic, chaps.
Yeah. And then we're doing 6 shows on the Sunday. Then each show gets a performance during the week, Monday to Friday, so it's 2 a night, you get a double bill. And then we finish on Saturday the 3rd with another 7 performances. So people can pick and choose as they go along which shows they want to see. They can come for a whole day, they can come for part of a day and then catch up with the other plays during the week. So it's an open house basically all week long.
So if you work Monday to Friday, fret not, because you can watch them on Saturday, Sunday, the 27th and 28th of July, and then the following Saturday, which is the 3rd of August.
Yeah.
So you could actually watch all 10 plays over those 3 days.
You could, if you really want to. You could start on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, and I think if you finish at about 3 o'clock on the Sunday, you would have seen all 10 plays.
Wow, that's a visual feast.
It's Edinburgh.
But in Putney.
In Putney.
You see, yes, exactly. We bring Edinburgh to Putney.
Absolutely.
Let's us forget the expensive train fares and accommodation.
Yeah.
Walk to the venue and no accommodation costs. Even better. So I'm thinking that with so many performances back to back, it's very much like Edinburgh, in which you have about half a second to get into the venue, get your set up, and then start the performance. So I'm assuming the directors have got that memo and are being very ingenious with their set design.
Well, I hope they have. They should have. It's actually in the title, which is box set. It literally is a large box on the stage, which they can fill as they like.
Explain what a box set means to our uninitiated listener.
It's a box with an open front.
Right, so it's
two sides and a back.
And then the fourth
front.
wall is your
Yes,
audience.
Is your audience. Yes.
So that is what they've got to play with.
Yeah.
This is the joy. So it's simple set, minimal lighting, because it has to be the same for all 10 plays. So really the emphasis is on the actual acting itself.
And the scripts. Brilliant storytelling, basically.
So you're seeing the creme de la creme of Putney doing their thing in a festival style.
Yep.
Which is a whole new concept for PTC. I'm going to say this and someone's going to write in and say, no, we did this back in 1963.
I certainly can't remember anything like it.
And you've been here for 35 years, darling.
Yeah, we've got great people involved in it, backstage and on stage as well. So, yeah, it should be really, really exciting.
So it's really the whole community are putting together on this there's 27 actors.
27 actors.
10 directors, so that's 37. Then you've got your lighting crew.
Lighting crew, which is about 4 people at the moment.
Then we've got stage crew,
management, which is about 5 people at the moment.
I'm not adding this up, so
no. And then
Nick's sitting here so he can do the math.
There's all the set build people as well.
Set build and sound. So we're talking probably at a conservative estimate of about 60 people. That's a lot.
It's a lot, especially over summer as well.
So how are you coping, my darling, with...
Yeah, I'm coping. Actually, to be honest, they're all coping really well because the logistics of it are quite difficult. We only have 2 theatre spaces, the main stage and the studio, which are in constant use anyway with other productions and everything. So,
but of course, because it's not just PTC productions that are rehearsing or performing, it's also our other resident company, which is Group 64. And so they have all their classes as well during the week, plus at the weekend. So there's minimal space for maximum amount of people.
Absolutely. And we've squeezed everybody in as much as we can. We're using every part of the theatre, the foyer, the bar, the studio, the main stage, when we have access to them. But the beauty of it all is that these are quite small plays. They're generally around about 2 people in the cast. One play has 1 person in the cast. So it works because they don't need huge spaces to work in.
And that's why you've obviously chosen them as well, because that's the whole point of the Fringe Festival. You're in and out like a ninja.
Absolutely. If you ever go up to Edinburgh, you could be watching one show, it will finish, and if you sit there for longer than a minute, you see everything start to dismantle around you as the next one comes back in, which is sort of what will be happening here as well. I think we've got about 15 minutes between each show, basically, before the next one comes on.
Which is plenty of time.
It's good time. It's good time, yeah.
Do you know what they're complaining about, these directors, honestly?
They're not complaining too much, so...
Give it time.
Yes, next few weeks.
So, as well as these amazing 10 plays that are going on over the 8 days, what else can our audience expect from the festival?
Well, there's a number of workshops going on as well.
Tell me more.
They're happening Monday to Friday, I believe, from about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They're technical workshops, acting workshops.
So there's 5 workshops from Monday to Friday, 5 until 7.
Yep.
And they're all going to cover various elements of the theatre world, be it writing, performing, auditioning, which is amazing for a member or for a non-member to have access to 2 hours of that level of knowledge and expertise. Given the level of experience and expertise from our workshop leaders, I'm assuming there is a cost involved.
It's a very small cost.
I heard it was a mere £5.
I think £5, less than a pint.
Oh my God, that's amazing. But there's limited number of slots.
There are only 10 slots for each workshop. So book them in now, basically.
Now, I hear that my marketing guru has told me that there'll be information of those will be coming out soon on all the various channels that you would normally find all our information on. So keep your eyes peeled for those coming out, and then make sure you book in early, because with only 10 slots, they will go.
They will.
So now, as an audience, I'm desperate to see all 10 plays. Obviously, I have small children in tow. Now, am I going to see, is there going to be something that's suitable for everybody?
The whole season kicks off with a big family comedy, action, adventure, space, sci-fi, fantasy.
Called, what's it called?
It's called How to Spot an Alien.
Well, ours is on a postcard now, please.
Yes, and everybody will be able to join in on that show as well, because we're creating aliens for people to use and enjoy and participate in the play as well. So.
Oh my God, it's fully immersive.
Sort of.
Oh, I'm loving it. And what time? That's on Saturday morning.
That kicks off on Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning.
So that's suitable for all age groups?
All age groups. I think there is a plan to do a family ticket for it, so that children under 10, 2 children under 10 can come free.
Nice.
With a paid adult.
It'd be very similar to what we did last year at Canterbury Tales for our PTC on tour production, in which we had a family ticket, and that if you're a child under a certain age, then you come in for free.
So yeah, so that kicks everything off, and then we follow with thrillers, social media thriller called Comment is Free, which is a great play, gripping play. We have a fantastic play about the immigration crisis at the moment called Borders, Refugees, written by a local playwright, Henry Naylor, actually, who has been into the theatre already and to talk to the director and the cast. And
Has he really?
They're having a great time with. Then we have 2.
I'm assuming that's not a comedy.
It's not a comedy. It's not a comedy. It is quite serious. There are other serious plays. Mike Bartlett, very famous playwright, his first play, Not Talking, is in the season as well.
Now we've just done one of his plays recently, Scandal Town.
We have.
Very different from that.
Yeah. It's a much smaller play. 4 people involved in that one. And we have 2 brilliant comedies, How to Date a Feminist by Sam Holcroft, and Growth, which is a curious comedy sort of about cancer, which is surprising, but it works. That's written by Luke Norris, actor and playwright.
So they all performed in Edinburgh, these 10 plays at some point?
9 of the plays have been in Edinburgh. I'm just trying to think of the other ones. Bobby and Amy, Emily Jenkins, I saw up there. And 100 Words for Snow. That was at the Vault. Actually, so 8 of the plays were at Edinburgh. 2 of them were at Vault.
Right.
Yeah. 100 Words for Snow, which is a kind of coming-of-age adventure set in the Arctic. And
that's going to be interesting to see how that's going to be recreated
it is.
On the stage.
I'm expecting snow. But yes, that's our one-woman show, of course. Got a terrific actress in that lead role carrying the whole thing, so that will be very exciting. And How We Begin, which you mentioned earlier, that's also...
So a selection of 10 really different...
They're all different. They deal with different
plays.
themes. There's comedy, there's drama, there's thrillers, there's family shows. There's something for everyone, basically.
So no one is going to get bored?
No.
You can watch all 10.
No.
Now talk to me about the ticket pricing, because I'm assuming we are following something quite similar to Edinburgh.
We are, basically. I mean, we wanted to make it all very accessible, so we wanted to keep it within people's reach, especially in the current climate and everything.
Yes.
So we're charging only £8 per ticket for each show.
But that's a bargain.
It is. It's an absolute bargain, but it gets even better because you can see all 10 shows for just £60, or you can book for 5 of them for £30.
That is
So
a
that's
veritable
an
bargain, my
absolute
friends. No, that really is
Yeah.
actually.
Well, especially, you read a lot today about the prices of theatre in the West End and how it's pricing everybody out. And we are offering 10 plays here to everybody, 10 brilliant plays to everyone, for less than the price of the cheapest ticket in the West End.
So unlike Edinburgh, which everybody, I mean, there's a huge furore, isn't there, about the cost of Edinburgh and about the accommodation. I mean, this is not a new story, people. This has been going on for decades about how inexcusably expensive it is.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
Yeah. I mean, just not to just perform, but to go and see.
Yeah.
And this is the joy of Putney, is to make arts accessible.
Absolutely.
To not just our members, but to the wider community.
And it's great theatre. I think people that have been down to Putney over the last few years, thanks to our glorious artistic directors, have really been taken with the quality of work that's done here. Quite often we get people coming along saying, "Are you professional?" We go, "No, we're all amateurs. We all hold down full-time jobs, but we all love what we're doing, and there's incredible amount of talent down here.
Well, absolutely, and I think this, if you haven't seen a show at Putney before, or if you have, you will also wholeheartedly agree with what Ian has just said. We may be non-professional theatre company, but we have many professionally trained members. We also have current professionals who come back and do shows with us because of the quality that we have.
Just have natural talent as well.
And that is very true. But also not just from the acting, from the production values, from everything that we do. And I think the venue lends it to that because we are so blessed with such a great stage.
It does.
And we're in the southwest end, aren't we?
Well, yeah, and what's nice is we've got people from other theatre groups across London who have come and they've got involved. They've been really excited by this project. So I think we had over 100 people audition for it.
That's incredible.
Many of whom came from other theatre groups as well. And it means that we're going to have a great time. And the beauty of this also is that you can drop in and out. So you get a sample, basically, of what we do.
But that's the beauty of having it over 8 days.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the stamina of Mr. Higham and see
it's exciting.
30 plays
in 3
7
days. Plays in one day.
Then you can actually, if you want to do that, absolutely. And I'm sure there will be refreshments on hand. I'm sure the bar will definitely be open.
Yes.
So there'll be no problem with that.
Keep me going.
Exactly. But if you don't have that time to watch all the plays in one go over a weekend, then you can actually watch them intermittently over the weekend, over
Absolutely.
the week.
Pick and choose.
Yeah.
But make sure you pick all 10.
Because if you pick all 10, then that's the most cost-saving way of doing it, isn't it? And then you see the festival in its entirety and you understand why Ian chose all the plays and why the directors have made the decisions that they've made, and it becomes an entirety in itself.
Yeah. The thing is as well, although they're all individual plays, but we have kind of tried to give them a feeling of a season. They do share qualities, the fact that they're all focused on storytelling, small casts, and that's kind of been reflected. We've commissioned one of our favourite artists, Robert Hellstrand, to do a number of images which he has produced, which are really fantastic. They really capture the essence of each single play and yet also present them all as a brilliant connected season. Watch out for those. They will be out and about shortly.
They will, my friend. And Robert is a seriously talented artist. I mean, he's painted many sets for us since the short time that he's been with us, which is about 2.5 years.
Yes.
But he really is quite an incredible artist, and I concur. The images that he's come up with for each play are so beautifully representative of each of them that they are a piece of artwork in their own right. They really encompass about what the show's about. So if you have no idea about what the play is about, you will get that from the artwork. Absolutely. Which is really important when it's a collection of 10 to know, otherwise you can get that message and can get lost.
No, each image gives you a very clear idea of what the play is about.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. It seems to be coming together. The directors are all generally very happy at the moment. So, yeah.
Are you happy though, darling? That's the most important thing.
Yeah, of course I am. It's quite stressful managing it all and whatever and keeping everybody happy. But yes, I'm happy. They're happy. That's the main thing. The actors all seem to be happy,
and we're very happy.
We're creating a very happy community down here. So,
but it's going to be it's going to be phenomenal to pull this off. I think it's a really, really exciting project. And when you mentioned it to myself and Barney, and over a glass of wine or two, and you came up with this concept, and I thought, well, actually, that can work. And I'm really thrilled that it is actually coming to fruition. I'm delighted that we've got such amazing directors and casts and the crew behind it. Just to recap, the Box Set Summer Festival playing at Putney Arts Theatre from the 27th of July to the 3rd of August. Tickets are already on sale through the normal channels. Just go to www.putneyartstheatre.org.uk and all the information's on there. You can buy a ticket pass to see all 10 shows. That costs £60, or £30 to see 5 shows, or individual shows are priced at £8. If you have any problems, you're not quite sure how to do the ticket pass, just email us at info@putneyartstheatre.org.uk and we will help you through the process. I know because it's a new thing that we're doing, it might take a little bit of understanding and adjustment, so we're here to help, as always.
You won't want to miss out.
Thank you, my love. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
This is a real Putney Theatre Company production. Do share the podcast with your friends and take a look at our website, searching online for the Putney Theatre Company. So that's it for now. See you next time.